so we can be free. All up to the side, all up to the side, running through my head, running through my head, running through my head, all up to the side, all up to the
Alright, so today we're going to be talking about the 2010s, which honestly felt like one giant fever dream. Like seriously, every single year something happened that made people go, yeah, there's absolutely no way things can get weirder than this. And then somehow the next year immediately proved them wrong. So, we start off with the 2010s, basically the internet tutorial level. Instagram launches and then suddenly everybody thinks they're photographers because they put a warm filter over a picture of pancakes. Apple also drops the iPad, which makes people sit there and think, yo, no way, it's literally just a giant iPhone. But then things got serious fast. A massive earthquake hits Haiti, killing hundreds of thousands of people and causing worldwide humanitarian efforts. And then the Deepwater Horizon oil spill happens, which is basically BP accidentally griefing the entire Gulf of Mexico. Meanwhile, Europe's economy is having an actual panic attack because of the Greek debt crisis. So overall, 2010 was basically humanity trying to figure out whether technology or the global economy would break first. 2011. 2011 was absolute chaos. The Arab Spring start with revolutions and protests spreading throughout multiple countries, and honestly, social media was everywhere during this. This was around the time people realized Twitter wasn't just for posting what sandwich you ate. Occupy Wall Street also kicks off in New York, with people protesting income inequality and corruption. And then, probably the biggest news event of the year, Osama bin Laden is killed by the US Navy SEALs after like a 10-year manhunt. I swear, everybody remembers where they were when they heard about that. Oh, and Fukushima happened too. A massive earthquake and tsunami hit Japan, causing a nuclear disaster that scared literally everyone on Earth. So, yeah, not a relaxing year. 2012 was peak internet. This was the year where going viral became an actual superpower. Kony 2012 exploded online overnight, and for like 2 weeks the entire internet suddenly became an international political activist. It was honestly one of the first times people saw social media completely dominate a global conversation. Also, people were convinced that the world was ending because of the Mayan calendar, which was hilarious looking back at it. Compared to years after this, 2012 was honestly pretty fun. Now, 2013. 2013 is when online activism really started becoming huge. Black Lives Matter, founded after the Trayvon Martin case, and hashtag spreads everywhere. And this is around the point where hashtags stopped being just a cringe trend and actually started influencing real-world politics and protests. Meanwhile, technology keeps evolving because 3D printing starts becoming more accessible, and everybody's immediately reacting the same way. Bruh, what if we, printed literally everything? Now, 2014. 2014 was weird because it somehow felt both depressing and incredibly online at the same time. Russia annexes Crimea, which massively increases tensions with Ukraine and Western countries, and suddenly geopolitics becomes something everybody on Twitter thinks they're an expert on. And then Robin Williams dies. That one hit people hard, because he was one of those celebrities that basically everybody liked, and his death sparked huge conversations about mental health and depression, so, yeah, emotionally devastating year. 2015 honestly felt like the peak of internet culture. This was peak YouTube, peak memes, peak everybody screaming at each other online, and economically, oil prices absolutely crashing. Energy companies are panicking while everybody else is just happy gas is cheaper. And honestly, this was also around the time people started realizing social media was slowly consuming everyone's brains. Like, the transformation was already beginning. 2016 was completely insane. First off, Brexit happened, and literally everybody's confused. The United Kingdom votes to leave the European Union, and the entire internet instantly becomes political analysts. Then Simon Biles absolutely dominates the Rio Olympics, like genuinely one of the most insane athletic performances ever. And the Paris Climate Agreement gets signed by basically every country, which was one of the few moments where the decades were like humanity actually looked coordinated for 5 years. But overall, 2016 just felt like constant arguing, like permanently. 2017 was the year of the Me Too movement, where that exploded. After allegations against Harvey Weinstein, millions of women began sharing their experiences online, and suddenly entire industries started getting exposed. It was honestly one of the biggest examples of social media creating real-world consequences. And by this point, social media basically controlled the entire planet, which probably wasn't a great sign. 2018 somehow gave us the royal wedding. Prince Harry marries Meghan Markle and like 30 million people watch it, which is honestly insane when you think about it, because people are literally watching royalty in the middle of the meme era, and the internet somehow turned the royal family into trending content? 2010s were weird, man. 2019 had some absolutely unbelievable moments. Scientists revealed the first ever image of a black hole, and everybody online collectively reacts with, wait, that's what a black hole looks like? Meanwhile, Trump gets impeached by the White House after controversy involving Ukraine, and politics online somehow became even more toxic, which honestly felt impossible at the time. And then 2020. Yeah. The COVID-19 pandemic completely shut down the world. Schools closed, sports disappear, everybody's stuck at home, and suddenly people are baking bread and downloading TikTok because humanity literally ran out of activities. Also, Among Us became big sometime during that. I don't know what was happening with that, but yeah, the economy crashes, unemployment spike, and then the murder of George Floyd sparks massive protests across the United States and around the world. And honestly, by the end of 2020, it felt like the entire decade had been building towards complete chaos. So yeah, that was 2010s. A decade where social media went from harmless selfies to basically controlling culture, politics, news, activism, and everyone's attention span simultaneously. And somehow every single year felt more ridiculous than the last, especially 2020.